Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Nope.
All right.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, so let me go up, scroll up. So you posted the scan of Byakuya when he fights in Mori. Well, you can use that. I don't care. I was just gonna say what I was gonna say is like, okay, so let's say if he did use 100 million blades, Byakuya against Ichigo, right? So we know Ichigo has these levels of speeds. Now we don't know the speed that Byakuya's blades are traveling at. However, they don't.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. If he can cut every single one of them, that means Ichigo can move at the speed to cut those within
No.
seconds.
What that
Irrelevant
means.
how fast they're moving.
Let me explain that better. What that means is the speeds that Ichigo was been stated, massively hypersonic, lightning speeds. That means those rose petals traveling to engage Ichigo's speeds isn't fast enough. There could be.
Let him talk, James.
That's what I'm getting at. Like you're not understanding. What does that mean? Like it could be like 300 million. It could be 500 million. If they're slower than Ichigo, what is
no, it doesn't matter. They could be still, but the purpose is it's all about how fast did it take Ichigo to cut every single one of them. So if this happened within the span of like a manga panel, which I'm pretty sure it did, he cut all of those within anywhere from 1 to 3 seconds. It doesn't matter how fast they were moving. He was able to cut 100 million small objects with absolute precision.
Yeah, you can do that. You can easily do it at massively hypersonic speeds. That's nothing.
Well,
you know that, right?
So the thing is,
That's nothing.
If Sakura gets anywhere near Ichigo, she gets cut in half, like instantly. It doesn't
Why
matter.
does she get cut in half? She can react to the guy. How can she not react to him? I literally proved it.
Something that moves 100 million times within the span of 3 seconds.
Wait, are you
absolutely fucking raped?
Wait, how are you?
That is literally a better feat than fucking Itachi's fucking Tsukuyomi time.
That is insane. She literally gets cut up into minced meat within 3 seconds. Like lower than that. It's probably a lot lower than that.
I think you guys are having trouble like scaling like how the speed and how. So how? Okay, how are you calculating? How are you calculating the speed? I want to hear that before I respond.
So if we can, do you have the manga panel, James, where he like cuts them, like the fucking? Because if you can show that.
Well, I know. You don't have to show that. I know about that. So, but how are you calculating?
Why are you asking? What I'm saying to you is that they don't need to be moving at lightning speed or any speed at all. If they are still, and he can cut every single one, that's 100 million objects.
Yes.
Which are, like the size
What
of,
speeds?
Barely the size of an iPhone, right? He can cut every single one of them. Within 3 seconds, that's a low ball. 3 seconds, right?
Let me explain this. So let's say
highball it to like anime time. It was like 6.
He was just like, and then he puts his blade down, and then Byakuya is like, oh fuck.
If you were to
standing there with the blade out was a longer fucking scene than him cutting it.
Okay, so if you were to calc this, right? Let's say we didn't like again. I explained that. Let's say the author never gave a definitive answer on Ichigo's speed, and if you were to see him doing that, and people were to calc that, that would come around to about massively hypersonic plus speeds. That would not be anything beyond that.
No,
you know that it would not.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
Why wouldn't it?
100 million tiny spectacle blades.
Yes.
Do some math, bro. Like, I literally want you to like go on the internet right now, like Google.
How
like,
can we do it? How can we do it?
calculator.
Let's do it. How can we exactly do that? Because let's just do it. They're not moving. He just cuts 100 million things within the span of 2 seconds.
Look up a formula. There's probably a quick formula you can look up that'll tell you like.
Another problem is the fact that like they're all in different positions, so he moved it to different like 100 million different positions to cut.
And they were
as
coming
well.
out from all angles.
Yeah, they were omnidirectional. I'm aware of that.
That means they were behind him, above him, below him.
He was able to track every single one of them and hit every single one. Like maybe he hit a couple in a few sweeps. Like doesn't matter.
Why I don't like arguing with this guy, because it's not even a discussion. It's
I'm
just
not.
fucking
I think
pure common sense.
it's
Pure common sense.
It's not
Why
common.
the fuck do you debate this shit?
Well, first of all, be respectful because you say some pretty wild shit.
Million fucking things that you can't even see.
At what
And you
speeds?
wanna sit there
At
and
what?
argue that
What?
it's
Those objects,
about what
Oh my
you
God.
please.
bro. Those objects traveling in
No,
him.
don't fucking
You're
bother.
not
It's
getting it.
damage controlling. It's a
I'm
big
not
fucking
damage
agenda.
controlling. I think you're not understanding how to calc
Think
this.
before you speak.
You're not calculating it correctly. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Like that's it.
Fuck your
I'm
calc.
trying to
It's
tell you,
common sense.
it's not common. It is common sense.
How would you, Sasuke? How would you calc it? How can you calc someone cutting 100 million objects within the span of let's say 5 seconds? Let's lowball the fuck out of Ichigo. How are you gonna scale that?
No, even if he did it in a second, if he destroyed, it wouldn't matter because that would be like massively hypersonic speeds. That could be. That would be.
Sakura cut something 100 million fucking times in the span of a second. It doesn't matter who's faster in this situation. When has she displayed anything even relatively close to that? She gets fucking destroyed.
Just because she hasn't. Oh my god.
Pause. Are we forgetting like the number one saying? Feet greater than statements. This feat right here is better than any feat Sakura has of speed.
I literally have the gif of when Ichigo cuts all the blades. I can literally post it.
I think I'm just trying to tell you guys how to gauge it. But okay, here's what I'll do. I'll scale Sakura's speed. I'll scale her. We know. I'll scale her reaction speed to light speed. Do you guys oppose that?
No. You know what the difference is between your argument against me and Clyde and my argument between me and Clyde? When he told me about fucking Yamcha versus fucking Yamamoto. Yamcha's never displayed destroying a planet nor destroying a sun, yet common fucking sense is logical that fucking Yamcha can beat Yamamoto. I don't need to ask for scans or anything like that because it's just fucking common sense. Yet you have to fucking question the stupidest fucking common sense thing.
I didn't ask for scans. I didn't.
You know, you don't need to.
I never did, but why would you?
Sense.
Why would you imply that I did?
It is so fucking quick.
Tipo, how would you?
Yo, I'm just.
How would you even do it? Do you have any idea? I have no idea how you play scaling.
I would even argue
Alright, so
that it is light speed reaction time input.
That is not light speed. That is not light speed.
Tipo, go Tipo.
So, yo, fucking, Zeke, can you post the GIF real quick? Cause the biggest thing about this is not that he sliced things 100 million times in a span of 3 seconds. It's that he moved to all those positions to cut those things 100 million times in the span of 3 seconds. Yeah. Now, I don't know if you really know how fast things really are, like, but my nigga, like light speed. Light speed doesn't really have shit on that. Because, like, you're moving faster. Like, think about it. Think about how fast you have to be to move to 100 million places in 3 seconds, yeah? So, let's see.
Light speed 600 million miles per hour, by the way, so you can...
Clyde, what does flash mean?
Cool. I don't know, flash. Like, could be me get my dick out.
I'm trying to
you find it
fucking
funny
find...
how their speed is called flash step?
It's not a good argument to make because Momo can flash step and she's spot up as fuck.
And isn't literally, pause, isn't literally the flash step compared to Sonita, which is sound step?
No, you don't. You want to go to
It is
somebody.
literally their direct translation that the Spada said.
You want to go into a
Yeah, that's
Oh, your flash step is like our Sonito.
Okay. So, all right.
well, what's the Quincy one translate?
Oh.
They might need.
I just,
I'm sorry,
like,
I'll-
you know,
I'll
they might
shoot
need
you
to
this
Sasuke, realistically though, if someone can cut 100 million things within, like, literally seconds, I just don't see how Sakura's gonna land a single blow on Ichigo. Like, he just moves way too quick.
Well, the point I'm trying to get is that in this arc, Ichigo is known to be master hypersonic. Nothing above that. All right.
I already proved to you before. He's not. He's
I
not
can-
faster than that.
I can-
The blade count completely
I-
debunks whatever you have to say.
I can debunk that again. That blade con.
You
That
can-
blade.
You can
that-
do it as much as you like, but you are wrong. Like, you're wrong. You can do it as much as you like.
All right.
You
So.
can paint a turd, it's still a turd.
I need
The
you
thing
to
is,
realize
after
that
this-
there is one thing called objective reality and subjective reality.
So.
Right now,
Can
you're
I-
heavily lying in the subjective reality.
Can I use like Waco Mundo? Can I scale upwards to that when Ichigo? When-
It's not relevant. It's not relevant.
It is relevant. 'Cause this is more powerful. It's.
We're talking about,
The
like, a
thing is,
specific part of
the
the
thing
series.
is, you learn nothing from
Let
the
me-
conversation.
let me-
You'll have how many dudes in this conversation telling you that you fucking wrong, and you will still will come out from this conversation.
All right. So.
hitting me up in the DMs. being
So.
like, oh, how quick is that? I don't care. It's
Like a flat earther
completely
coming up
innocent.
to me.
It's bad if you do bring up Waco Mundo because any Ichigo from that stage,
Is
or anything like that. Like, I
stupidly
mean,
stronger.
Ukiura is like 100 times base form. He's
Alright.
100 times that. Like, that's disgusting. No, he's even further than that because the whole Grimjaw scaling and him being stronger than Soul Society Ichigo.
So. Here's my stance. I'm gonna repeat it. So I believe SS Ichigo is a lightning timer stated by Kubo himself in the data book, which is source material, right? So I'll scale upwards. I'll use a more powerful Ichigo. I'll use Wako Mundo Ichigo. Okay, so Ichigo and Wako Mundo, when he goes through all these spiders, right, and then he comes into contact with this guy named Jin. Now I'm gonna bring up Jin.
Yep.
Jin's Bankai's retraction speed is stated to be and implied to be 500 times faster than sound. So now,
Wait, James.
so
Wait,
now,
Wait, James. Wait.
so now
wait.
I'll use
Wait, James. Wait,
I'll use
wait.
that.
Wait, Sasuke. Wait. There's an issue here. All right. So if you watched all of Bleach.
You didn't fucking watch
Wait, James. Wait, James. Wait.
It's stated in the guidebook also.
Sasuke, his Bankai is not a speed Bankai, which he explained to Aizen. Remember that part where he slipped the piece of his sword into him? His Bankai is not a speed Bankai. That whole calc is not true. There is no.
It was a
truth
lie.
to that. He was
Nah,
lying to
he
Ichigo.
was.
It's a lie. It's a
That's
lie.
not true.
Fucking lie!
That whoa, chill, dude, damn,
Such
whoa.
a fucking idiot, man!
Nah, I think you're wrong. I think he was lying to him in the sense to where he was protruding it correctly onto what it can do for the condition, but its actual speed, he wasn't lying. Don't cut me off because it was
Delusional.
Kubo even put it in a guidebook, and Jin even specifically implied it's faster than sound. He's not lying. Prove he's lying.
Put spoilers in a
That's
guidebook, you
that's
fucking read.
that spoilers. That's my stance, bro. I'm sorry.
Bro, we out here,
And see,
we out
well,
here
let me
in
speak.
this
Let me speak. So,
Debunk it.
It doesn't matter what your stance is because it gets contradicted. Geen literally says that he lied about his Bankai the entire time. He lied. That's not his ability.
Lied about what?
It's not.
What did he
his
lie about?
Bankai's ability. Dude, are you listening? Are you listening to me? He lied.
Yeah.
He says it to Aizen. He's like, I lied to you about my sword's ability this entire time. It does not react on
He doesn't
speed.
imply about the speed. He actually actually
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
it does matter.
That's not the ability. He was lying about that whole situation. He lied to Ichigo about what his sword does. It's a fucking lie. It doesn't withdraw and extend at a certain
In
speed. It
fact-
turns into dust
In
and
fact,
reforms.
when Jin says that, I'll quote him right now. He says it doesn't move as
Jin.
fast when
Say his
Jin
fucking name right, you
Sir,
retard. Watch
sir.
the fucking series.
whatever. When he says that,
Watch the series, you fucking idiot.
when he says that, oh
You,
god.
you're incredibly wrong, Sasuke. You've completely
Hold, let me
you're
clear.
completely wrong.
I'm gonna finish
It
this.
doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter.
But Clyde, you can't really. You gotta hear my point. You can't just say it doesn't matter.
I don't have to. I don't
That's no
have to.
point.
Okay, so what, Clyde? You remember when he said it to Aizen? He said he says it doesn't move as fast as that. So he's saying it's slower. If you want to say he's lying,
Hey,
that's my stance.
Sasuke,
I'm sorry.
Listen. He's not saying that at all. He was saying that his ability doesn't work that way. That's not what he's saying. You're completely misinterpreting what he's saying. He's not saying, hey dude, my Bankai's pretty slow. What he's saying is that's not what the ability is. That's exactly what he's saying. My Bankai is not a speed retraction ability. It is an ability which breaks up into dust and reforms. It reformed inside of Aizen, which is shown when he blows his body apart and steals Hogoku. Like, do I need
No,
more evidence? Because
you're
it's
wrong
clearly shown-
because he was
I'm not wrong.
lying. He was lying to Aizen, meaning he didn't reveal.
This is why we were originally argued, like in all the other conversations we've had. You're being incredibly retarded right now, dude.
No, I'm not because you're misunderstanding to what he define lie and what he was talking about.
So if
That's
we're
not
going off of
it.
This statement, we can go back to what's that one nigga with the nigga who has the Zanbakuto that like will cut your neck off.
Shunsui?
Yeah. Or
Is that the one that
not
does?
him? The yellow hair dude. He was Gint's lieutenant.
The one that had the weight. Did he have the weighted?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Izuru.
Yeah. Anyway, he tells Aizen that he thought that he showed every lieutenant his Shikai and he thought it was a water-based Zanpakuto. So if we want to go off of that statement, Aizen has a water-based Zanpakuto and
Dude,
Kokyo's not even a
Do you remember when? Do you
What are you
remember when
talking
Aizen
about?
used the water attacks against Yuha? Dude, he smothered him in water like he was drowning. You remember that group?
Yeah.
Yuha was drowning, bro. Remember that? I love his like water-based ability.
That was his Bankai.
I think the problem we're having here is I brought up something that's
is
pretty.
that you didn't read Bleach correctly. Is
I
that
think
the issue here?
I think we're having a disagreement into what Gin is talking
No, we're
about.
not. We're not. We're
Because
talking from,
Clyde,
straight up
respectful.
fact. He's-
Your stance is
I'm being
saying.
respectful, but
Wait.
you're being incredibly irritating because you're not paying attention to what happened in the series at all.
I'm trying to explain like what I'm saying from my perspective and what I've read and how that opposes or you oppose that, right? So your stance is like you're saying no, Sasuke. He's saying he's lying
Dude,
Um,
he literally just debunked everything you have to say. Sorry, that was a lie.
Where did he?
What the?
What? Okay.
You should read it, watch the anime, and like sit there and ponder it for an hour.
Well, I
come
did.
back.
In fact, I did read it, right? And I think
Apparently not.
so. What Jin
Apparently
was
not, dude.
when Jin said he lied is he didn't reveal everything. He lied to what it can do potentially. He covered things up. He didn't tell him everything. Is when he meant that he lied to him. And he actually
Look it
continued. He actually continued.
Memes.
He actually continued and said it doesn't go as fast as that. So look in YouTube. and-
realize-
Wait, look at YouTube and memes, Oscar.
You realise, right, that just because he says, it doesn't move as fast as I said, that could imply that it could either be slower or even faster than what he said.
Correct.
You realise that?
That's my stance.
Two different ways.
That's my
based
stance.
on
But I
your-
think my stance is my
Yeah,
stance.
that is
My
based on your
stance.
perception
My
of
stance
how
is
you read that
yeah, and my stance is more implied in this context. To
Well,
it
well,
doesn't go as
that's-
fast.
That's
It's
your
not, it's-
opinion.
it's-
That's not
it-
fact, right?
it's-
There's a difference between opinion and fact.
Yo, is this manga stream? Is this even this manga? Is this translated? What I told
Yeah,
you
that's what,
about my
and
bankai's
James said that
abilities
before.
back
Don't
then.
use that one.
Sorry,
Use the, if you can
but
find an
was it
actual
a
scan, use that
lie?
instead.
It doesn't extend as long as I said, and it doesn't move as fast either. See, that insinuates. In Viz, I read the Viz one, and the Viz one heavily applies to what I'm saying. 500 times faster than sound. So, let me scale Sakura right now.
Dude, that's not what he's saying.
Let me scale Sakura right now. Sakura.
All right, hey,
Let me
guys,
scale
guys,
Sakura.
how we just let's give him a chance to finish.
Yeah,
Let's give him a
yeah.
chance to see-
Yo, Goop,
See
Goop,
if he can actually draw a conclusion from it.
Goop. You the real one. You the real one. All right, so check me out. Sakura's reaction speed. I can easily scale that to like light speed. Do you oppose? Do you oppose?
Just do whatever you want. I really don't care.
We're just gonna go along. You spitball. We'll listen.
All right, so Sakura has light speed reactions. She completely bodies Ichigo. Do you oppose? Ichigo at that time doesn't
We're
have.
not. Like I said, you just
Besides the
spitball
fact
because
that
you know.
it says do you oppose?
Do you oppose?
Lay out all your arguments and I'll respond.
All right, so I'll just drop a conclusion. How about that? Because we're just like, is it edgy or not?
No, we're gonna get back down to this because
We are literally-
No, we are gonna get. No. I'm saying what I'm saying is.
I gave you one damn shot.
No. Goop. What I'm saying is I'm gonna drop my entire argument and that's it. And I'm gonna hear yours and I'm not
You
gonna.
literally. just-
You understand what I'm saying?
No, we're ending
Yeah,
this
I'm gonna
today.
do that. I'm gonna do that right now. So, this is
Wait,
my.
hold on, before you continue that, I just got a question.
What's up?
Clyde, how hard can Ichigo swing his sword when he's during the Byakuya thing?
Well, when he transformed, they made a fucking tornado. So, I mean, that's
Okay,
pretty
that's all I
shabby.
need.
Well,
All
I
right.
posted the link to that.
So,
Yeah.
so.
Like, with a mid swing, you always cut the whole mountain off.
All right, so this is my I'm gonna drop my stance. So I believe Ichigo stated, I told you guys that he's, in the data book narrative through scaling through Wake Mundo and Jun, it does not go past Master Hypersonic. So that's the Ichigo we're saying. As is Ichigo. So SS Ichigo, Bankai Ichigo has lightning level speeds. Now I'm gonna scale Sakura. So Sakura, beginning of Shippuden, was able to swap hands with Sasori, Kage level fighter. This guy who's able to match adult Kakashi. Keep in mind, Kakashi is a kid fatigued with 2 Tomo Sharingan. Heavily fatigued, was able to tag and perceive lightning. So that puts him and the characters
It
who
was
his
a one Tomoe. I'll say that.
it was 2 Tomo. Who he scales
Was
to.
it?
Yeah, was it? Doesn't matter though. So who he scales to, right? So if you want to, I'm not going to headcanon and say Kakashi's adult is 10 times stronger. Let's just say he's exactly that. Okay? Lightning speeds, whatever. Master Hypersonic. So now let's scale through the series. Let's scale Sakura War Arc, okay? Let's see who she combats, who she scales to. Like we know she tagged Kaguya. We know she's able to perceive Kaguya, right? So let's scale Madara. Let's scale Madara 6 paths, 1 Renegon. He's able to emit a beam of light. In a guidebook, that stated that beam of light is light speed. Okay, so Naruto was able to dodge that. Naruto does not insinuate or imply that move is fast. He easily dodges that, doesn't care about it at all. So now Kaguya, who is exponentially stronger, comes onto the scene, more powerful than Madara. Keep in mind, Madara gets another Renegon. I forgot that. So you can say that Renegon made him 3 times stronger or 2 times stronger. So he'll be 2 times light speed. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now we have Kaguya, who was insinuated to be exponentially stronger. I can easily say 2 times stronger than Madara. Kaguya comes onto the field. She appears. She's here. She absorbs all the chakra from the shinobi under Tsukuyomi. Okay. Then it's stated that by Zetsu that she gains her speed and her strength increases further. Okay, upon doing that, Sakura is able to perceive a hand coming at her. Sakura is keeping up with this like godlike hand coming at her at these speeds, these light speed levels. Okay, it's stated by Naruto, the same Naruto who dodged Light Fang, is like, man, it's really fast. Keep in mind, this Naruto just dodged Light Fang, okay, which is light speed movement. So that's one instance to point out it's not an outlier. To show consistency, Sakura then goes on to see Kaguya. Kaguya is trying to escape from Naruto and Sasuke because she's in fear of being sealed. So Kaguya moving at light speeds, and Sakura is coming down at her. So Sakura is preceding Kaguya, reacting to Naruto and Sasuke, who have a light speed levels of combat speed and reaction speeds. And Sakura is able to tag and hit Kaguya, who is light speed. Okay? Sakura's combat speed and reaction speed, bare minimum, low balling, is light speed. I can easily say 3 times light speed. You cannot get Ichigo, SS Ichigo, to those levels of speeds. Ichigo can't even perceive her. Okay? That's my stance.
What?
I'll agree she's light speed, but I think you're really highballing her a lot because she was relying heavily on Sasuke and Naruto in a lot of those situations.
Doesn't-
Like if Kaguya was 100% going after Sakura, she would have got killed very fucking fast. She's not 3 times speed of light. Like light speed, yeah, easily because she's faster than the Light Fang. Like
Sure.
she should be by default.
So wait, are we saying that just because I know where someone's going to be, I'm instantly speed?
Yeah, she's looking at Kaguya moving, and Kaguya's running away from them. It's like she's perceiving.
Even low ball, she's relative.
Can I slap James in a 1v1
No,
debate, please?
Alright, Sasuke, what James is trying to say is that Sakura knew that Kaguya had 2 places to go, which was either up or down.
Doesn't matter. The speed. What was the speeds that it was traveling? It's not aim dodging. It's not aim dodging. No, it's not. Because okay, let me paint this picture.
So wait, hold on. I just gotta wait a second, lads. I just got a bit of a calc going here. Sasuke, so how much faster is Sakura than the speed of light? Or how much would you put her as?
I'll just put her two times.
3 to 4.
2 times. Just
How many times?
2 times.
2 times?
Yeah.
Well, if I go off of what Clyde says, with the tornado thing, the average tornado has, like, the kinetic energy of producing 80 meters a second.
Okay.
And if you use that, if you times that by the, Ichigo cut up 33,333,333 of those little swords from Byakuya, right? So, yeah, for one second, he did 1 second, so let me go back here. How did I get
There's
this?
100 million total.
Wait, let's.
So I times the 0.050 miles, because that's 80 meters converted to miles is 0.050. Oh, it's 0.0497097, but I just rounded it off to have it a bit more clean. So I times 0.049 or 0.050 by 33,333,333, and I ended up with 1,666,666. Now, that is 10 times faster than the speed of light, because if you divide that by 186,282, you end up with 8.9. If you round it off,
Hold on. You said you got.
round it off, that ends up being 10 times faster than the
You
speed
said
of
you
light.
got 1 million or 100 million.
1,666,666 miles per second.
So
Which, if you divide that by the speed, of light, which is 186,282, equals
Wait.
8.9, which I rounded it off to be 9. So it's 9. He's 9 times.
Tippo.
the speed
So are
of
you
light.
saying? Sorry, repeat that. So are you saying the speed of light is 1 million? 1
The speed
million?
of light is 186,282 miles per hour.
I thought it was 660 million miles per hour.
Did you mean per? Did you mean per second? Because per.
Yep.
per
Yeah,
hour-
you meant per second. Right?
Yeah, per
second.
Per hour, that shit's in the billions.
Per hour, it's
Yeah.
600 million miles per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not going by MPH because
Okay.
This is a span of 3 seconds. We have to go by MPS.
MPS. Okay,
Alright, so
that's
what
true.
does it end up being? You said only like 33 million blades or whatever. What'd you
He
say?
said 8.
He's-
He said
he's,
8 times.
he's not-
8 times.
It's
8.
9. It's 8.94.
Well, Tippo, I'll have to admit you're a real one. But this is a debate, so I'm gonna oppose that regardless. So the best way I can oppose that is by saying this is why calc stacking doesn't work. It's not consistent with the story. And then
Wrong, but it's a feat. It's a feat. It's a feat.
It's not
numbers and facts.
it's not
Yeah,
consistent.
It is. It's not calc stacking. That's true. He was able to.
James,
It was displayed.
I respect-
It was
I went
also, it was
a
also
low
said.
energy.
I respect.
The low energy
No, that's
tornado
not
produces
calc
80
stacking
meters
at
a
all.
second.
Listen. Guys, I respect what you said. I respect your position, but that's my stance. So if you guys want to judge that,
Doesn't
be
matter if
feel
it's-
free.
no, alright,
Feel
alright,
free. Feel free.
It's not
Okay,
calc stacking,
it is.
Alright,
Okay.
How's it calc stacking?
If it,
It's not
I would agree
consistent.
it's calc stacking if
So-
we were using all like the holification fucking
So-
bastard multipliers, but we're not. We're going off of the clear feat, which is said by Byakuya how many blades there are, and Ichigo was able to cut up pretty much every single one of them.
Yeah, I
so
love how this fight isn't even including fucking hollowed form Ichigo yet.
that's
Like,
that's where it gets even worse because if,
we're
if,
still
if,
stuck
if
on
the hollow
Hollow.
if the hollow jumps out even with just the half of a mask, like yeah, Sakura, R.I.P. Rest in pepperoni. Good night. See you later. Like that's it. It's gone. Show's
Yeah,
over.
you're
What's
fucking
the
gone.
multiplier of that?
It's got to be anywhere from like 3 to 5 because we're not going to do like the full 10 times bullshit. Like we'll just say it was like 3 to 5 because he took over Ichigo's body completely.
Alright, so if it's 3 times, he's 27 times faster than the speed of light at that with the hollow.
Even twice, even twice, it doesn't matter. Like even if it's just 1 time, 2 times, he absolutely just shits on
Well, that's-
Sakura.
Yeah, if it's 2 times, it's 18 times the speed of light.
It
Like, I mean,
also-
like, even in normal
it
ball
also-
kites,
It also doesn't help that Ichigo can like keep moving like backwards, throw him gets Gatenchos, and if she gets anywhere close to him, he can do all that really fast slashing like he just did the Calc Force. So like she can't really do anything considering all her attacks are fist
Yeah, that
based.
motherfucker's more fluent with his motions than like Lee is. Like he's just zooming
Yeah, no-
around the fucking field.
Whoa.
yeah, this is by no means calc stacking. This is just me taking like
Well, I
the lowest
don't wanna-
common- like just a normal base level tornado, and just like getting the meters per second, and then timesing it by the force that he generates from every swing, because that was what was going on with that nigga.
Well, I don't want to argue or anything. That's just I gave my conclusion. I don't know. I want to hear.
No,
that's okay.
it doesn't matter. It's just
But-
proof of the pudding is you're wrong. If you can concede to this argument,
Prove-
that's it.
prove
no,
on-
I'm
prove-
being respectful. I'm being respectful.
prove-
Sasuke. Concede to this. You lost completely. Like Ichigo.
No,
absolutely-
I'm not. I'm not gonna concede. I'll just say I end my discussion, and you guys can judge it.
I'm being respectful. I think you should concede to this point. You lost very heavily.
Whoa, you don't. Well, no, fine. You don't have to concede, but just judge it if you want. That's all I'm saying. Judge it. 'Cause I told you. There's. I pretty much said.
No one's gonna go over to Seth's fucking
Yeah,
server.
don't worry. You can take the L. It's all good. We're all good here.
No, I'm just saying. Judge it. I'm done. I gave my reasoning to why it's not consistent to the story.
Solo's lost this one.
Yeah, you guys
I
can.
mean,
I'm hearing you guys' opinion. I'm not gonna say, oh, I don't care. I want to hear your.
well, this isn't really like the calc that I just did isn't an opinion. It's like the actual numbers that you generate
Straight
from like
facts.
surmising.
It's
Like,
not
you
fact
could
within the
argue
story.
that you could literally
Not
argue his
consistent.
calc was a high or a low ball, but that's it.
It would be a low ball if anything, because I went with the low powers of a tornado, like just a normal tornado, nothing like too extreme.
Yeah. You didn't do like no freaking like an enhanced tornado, like no super.
Nah.
You didn't do no like sci-fi channel super tornado.
I had to convert it to kinetic energy, then convert it back. That was gay. I didn't like doing it.
Keep in mind that Ichigo continuously dodges those blades too, so...
Yeah, like I'm not even gonna like get into the power, like how much power each swing would have generated, because then I have to like convert everything to kinetic energy, and that's just really fucking
And he
gay.
gets completely swarmed by them too. It covers every part of his body, and he cuts out of all of it.
Yeah, and not only like
Yeah.
you have to factor in like you're factoring in the speed, but you have to factor in now his physical strength with each fucking swing of the sword to figure out how strong that swipe is.
If he's
Oh.
if he's relative to Kenpachi in their fight, which he obviously is a lot stronger than that Kenpachi, he was really just slicing buildings in half like it was fucking butter.
Let's to be fair, alright, let's fix that because the Zanpakuto for the user does weigh anything at all.
Oh, there you go.
Say that again, please?
Unless another Soul Reaper touches your sword, then it would feel
So
like
in Shikai, he almost cut that whole mountain in half like by accident because he missed the swing.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Doesn't help that when he goes Bonkai, he gets a multiplier of like 5 through 10 times. So that attack by default would be like mountain level casual swings, and like
That's why Solo got put on bid.
that's yeah. It's not like, to be honest, guys. It's not looking the best for Sakura. That's fuck.
Man, yeah, tell me about it. If you wank Ichigo that level, damn.
It's
Ri-
not. It's not
It's
wanking.
not-
It's facts.
it's not wanking.
It's
Let's
literally
get
it.
it's literally statements and feats. Yours is using like actual. You're using stacking from Kaguya and feats where she would get blitzed by Kaguya if it was a one-on-one. So it's not even that good of an example. Whereas Byakuya is using a statement. He's displaying how many blades there are. Ichigo is cutting every single one of them, and he's fighting him in a one-on-one fight.
Yeah,
with
so-
the Bonkai, which wasn't even mastered. So
Yeah, sure.
concession.
What do you mean, yeah? Yeah, sure.
wait,
You know,
wait,
I heard earlier, like you are no arbiter on like Bleach at all. Cause I heard earlier you were claiming Aizen's Zanpakuto is a water type. So you like either you.
I didn't claim that.
Shit,
I didn't claim any of that. I didn't. I just.
what the fuck?
I never made that
You were using
claim.
you were using the game logic, which is fucking retarded. That's why we use the joke about the whole water bunkai of Aizen, because it makes no sense what you were talking
No,
about.
I think we have a clear disagreement on the Jin
No,
logic
we
and how do you
don't. We
explain
don't have a
that.
disagreement. We have a factual
Uh,
argument, which
there's-
is not going in your favor.
Obviously not. The
It's
heck?
not. Thanks for saying it's obvious. I mean, what more do we have to say?
I can't convince people who won't. I mean, I'm sorry.
It's not about convincing. Like,
It's
you're
not-
wrong. Just
yeah.
admit it, dude. You don't lose anything here other than you.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just. I was debating. I gave my stance. I don't understand.
Okay, this
Problem
is
is-
what you should be doing is debating. As you're debating, you should be not debating to prove that you're right. You should be debating to figure out the truth so you can fucking be more.
No, when you debate, you have to prove your claims and substantiate that to back them up.
And we have
You don't
Well,
assert
in
shit.
this case, your
No.
claims-
Number
your
one.
claims are-
Hold on. Let me clarify something. Number one. Tippo came out in calc stack. I called it out. I told him it's calc stacking
That's
because.
not calc stack.
Do you want me to define what calc stacking is? Do you educate you on that?
Go ahead.
What is calc
I want to
stacking?
hear what it is. I want to hear what it is. Go ahead. Hit me with that calc stack.
Calc stacking. Okay, calc stacking is what you're doing. So let me explain. So what you did was you took a feat from something in the manga, right? That wasn't even stated or implied, the speeds or to engage it. So what you did is you calculated a way to figure out to give him these speeds. You use tornado from real life, right? From like actual what we know in our world when we perceive it, and you use that to amplify and to give him that advantage, to increase
It
his
wasn't
speed
an
or
amplifier,
motion.
Like that tornado was
No,
boom,
you
boom,
you use something that what I'm saying. You asserted something that wasn't stated or implied within that actual verse.
The tornado, which is
You don't know what
created
calc
from
stacking
natural
is, I'm
fucking
done.
eff- You realize like the tornado he used was like used from our natural disasters, which is just fucking hot and cold air, which from that was from Ichigo's raw power, which would have been fucking way
It was
faster.
It was accidental too. He didn't mean to do it. He did it from transforming, and all the Soul Reapers around the Soul Society could see it from the top of the mountain. So
Right.
it was pretty
Since-
casual. It was a very
ever since-
casual feat too.
Right, and ever
So,
since
and-
he
The biggest-
I
thing, right?
never did it.
The biggest
Now,
problem.
this just might be semantics that I'm having issues with, but the term calc stacking, yeah. Let me just like just give you a reason why what you said is completely fucking wrong on all levels of the English language, and this is why I say it might just be semantics.
Go ahead.
But the term stacking means you take multiple things and you stack them together, right? This, in the terms of a battle, would like a versus battle thing. This would imply that I'd be taking multipliers and stacking them to get bullshit, not taking things and timesing it, right? Like I'd be taking like his Bonkai form, his holification form, to the absolute fucking max, peeing all over everything, and just getting this goofy number.
He'd make it extra.
Well, you were.
special and
Well, I can see where the problem is semantics, but you're taking things from that applies to laws of physics, and you're stacking it and calculating it to give this character speed that wasn't
So
insinuated.
any form of light speed related arguments or any sort of
Not necessarily like that. It's just like in this. I'm not picking and choosing. I'm not. Let me clarify because like it's not consistent. That's what I'm saying. It's not consistent.
It is.
It's not consistent. Number one, it's automatically debunked because the author says he's like lightning. Then
No. It's that's up to interpretation. Like what he says is it represents lightning speed. That he can.
Yeah, he
it
coulda-
clearly says-
he coulda
Wait,
easily
let's-
said
let's-
light speed.
Wait, let's go even further. It actually says godly speed. So like that could be interpreted.
Yeah, light
as
speed is
fucking
God speed. Light speed is Godspeed. Takasasuke says he's his godlike speed. I can use infinite speed. No, we don't do that, bro. I'm sorry, but that's my.
Don't give me that like condescending
What is even
attitude. Like,
God's speed?
wait, fellas, wait.
I'm gonna use his own argument.
Wait. Don't do this condescending attitude with like, oh, that's not what we do here, fellas. Like, we used an actual panel in the manga where it describes what's happening. This is statements by characters. What
It does-
what's actually happening? It's all fact and math. There's
It
no
does not.
argument.
It does. It's inconsistent and it doesn't add to the narrative of the story. It completely. That it.
Why are you
You're
arguing
completely.
narrative? Like the fucking light speed shit isn't narrative at all for Sakura. That's retarded. Like her being 2 times the speed of light.
Oh, that's power scaling. That's power scaling. That's power scaling. I can also use Tsunade.
You can't even prove
I can
that
also
Sakura
use-
is like faster. Is like actually has the reaction time and speed of fucking Sage mode fucking Naruto
Sage mode.
because he didn't dodge that fucking arm from Kaguya. I'm tired of people bringing that dumb shit.
His
up.
clone did.
Kakashi-
His clone did. His clone pushed him out the way. You want that scan?
pushed who out the way.
His shadow clone pushed him out the way the first time.
Push who? Nigga?
Naruto, 6 past Naruto, his own shadow clone rescued him.
Didn't.
Oh.
nigga straight up dodged it. He just fucking. He just,
I got
he
you.
said, oh shit.
I got you. You're a real one, but I got you, bro. Hold on. Let me send it to you.
Nah, but for real, like
And who gives a
this
shit?
this
Then that means-
ridiculousness.
Even
It's
if his
ridiculous.
shadow clone did, then that means his fucking shadow clone had to travel a distance and stop that shit before it reached him.
No, I had, but for real, like you talking about this ridiculous thing about me wanking Ichigo, right? No. And like here's another thing.
Wait,
So,
Timbo, look at.
I'm not, guys. I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just debating. Oh
well,
my
no,
God.
I'm not saying you're attacking him, but I'm
Shit.
just telling you why you're like wrong with this case, right? So here's the thing, right? If you want to go by that logic, we can never predict what these people's speeds are in the fictional realm because it would be up to Kubo entirely, right? And you said something about him being light speed relative to what? The real life or Kubo's fictional verse? And if that's the case, what the fuck would be how fast is that in Kubo's verse?
What?
And same thing for Naruto. Like you can't like if you want to go by that way, you can never ever accurately display anything or even come up with a proper versus thing because like you don't know how fast they are. You don't know how powerful they are.
That's not necessarily
relative to
true.
what?
My premise is when you do
That
it,
is 100%
when you do it in a way that makes it inconsistent. Okay, it's totally
It isn't
inconsistent. It
inconsistent.
doesn't fit the story. It's not. That's something. That's stacking something. And he took a bunch of things out of the laws of physics to imply and insinuate to give him these speeds. On top of that, it's the same
I
thing with
wasn't
all.
implying
It's the
anything.
same.
I was saying
It's the
it's
same
how
thing as
close.
All Might. The same. You did the All Might crap. It's the same thing where you use it faster than the eye. Oh, stack it to this verse. It's just
Are you saying that like Shin is relative to fucking Kaguya? Because it's god, that's 8.
Shin.
Yuck.
Shin
Yeah,
rolled.
the fucking Uchiha dude that throws the razors and stuff, like he was able to get it pretty easily. It wasn't that hard. It was like throwing shurikens.
Hey man, hold on. Let me get the scan real quick to this guy.
But no, this fucking like no, that's just a little ridiculous because like if that's the case, then no one could ever fucking calc anything to any way,
Not
shape, or
necessarily.
form because like
How do you imagine,
It-
Sasuke? How do you imagine her like even being able to do anything to Ichigo though if he can cut that fast? Because let's just go off what the manga says because it's right there. It literally says what he can cut. Byakuya states too. He goes he spotted
Yeah.
them all. That's the official.
And I was
statement.
trying to tell you that can be calced to master hypersonic speeds. I've seen it done before, but
Nah,
I
no, it can't because Tipo just did it with the most lowball.
yeah,
speed ever.
Tippo did it, and in his opinion, he can do that. But I'm saying he's not consistent. That's my stance.
not- but it's-
I'm
it's
not
not
saying
opinion,
I'm
it's
not
just-
saying Tippo is an idiot. I'm not saying he's fucking retarded.
No,
I'm not
no,
saying
no,
anything
that's-
like
that's-
that.
Why are you saying that? Why are you
Because I
saying
think
that's weird?
you're coming at me like I'm implying that. I'm not doing that. I'm just
No,
saying.
I'm not saying nothing. I never said anything like that. I'm just saying.
I get
what
the
he
vibe.
is,
I get the
like,
vibe, bro.
No, that's headcanon. What are you doing, bro? That's not cool. Like, don't
Alright.
say that. I never implied he's retarded or implied you think he's retarded. That's
Well, I
weird.
am retarded.
That's a guilty conscience.
But no, like, what's some real shit? Like, even what I was getting to, you know, is like you can never predict this stuff. So, for all intents and purposes, right? The calc that I did could be 100% wrong in the complete opposite direction, right? Like he could be millions of times faster than what I calced. If you want to go by what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
And even then, like he's just think about it. Think about swinging your sword 33 million times in 1 second, right? That's pretty fucking fast. Imagine going up to someone who could swing their sword 33 million times. That'd be pretty fucking fast. You'd be like, oh shit, I died. That sucks,
Is this
right?
is this
Can we get a feat or a scan of Sakura ever pulling anything close to that level? Like,
Well, what
Period?
I can do is tell you characters who she's like has faster reaction time than who she can whoop ass, who she can swap hands with. Like, okay, for instance, I can use Might Guy 6 Gate. In the data book,
he would lose to Ichigo.
Oh, none of them are hitting that fast.
I
though,
can-
dude. None of
it's
those
stated
characters have.
it's stated that his punches he can throw an infinite amount of punches. So if you want to use that,
And what span of time?
infinite.
Like, and that's a fucking vague thing. Like infinite amount of punches. Like
Yeah.
they
So
just
let's
stay
use
consistent.
so let's use how long infinite is. The infinite amount of time. It's like massively.
No. First off, like show me. I want to see where it says that. That's
Oh.
the first thing I
That
wanna
Naruto
Oh, I got you.
clone scan is,
I got
is
you.
A good example because you were implying that the clone dodges it. All it does is see a fist coming and then bumps it
No,
out of the way and gets hit.
I'm implying that the clone is saving Naruto, is reacting to him. That's all. He's reacting to it. That's what I was saying. The clone perceived it and did something about it. That's all.
Just because you react to something doesn't mean you can dodge it.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
the scan you posted wasn't even the scan I was talking about. The scan I was talking about where they
That's-
say
that's
Sakura
cool to see that.
fucking dodged one of Kaguya's hand, but it was fucking Kakashi fucking saving her with
Yeah,
it.
he saved her, but that's the same hand though, so that's why I brought it up.
I
But
still want to see this thing about Guy being able to throw infinite punches.
Oh,
like, that
I got
is
you, I
really
got you.
vague.
I got you. Here.
Shit, by definition, I guess I can throw infinite punches as long as I got the stamina, huh?
how
That's true.
how fast is
Let's see
infinite?
here.
What?
Let's see here.
Didn't you just ask how
Let
fast
him
I
just.
am?
No, I was saying like how fast is infinite.
They never state like how fast it is. Like, is that
Yeah,
a second?
they never state. So how
Yeah.
fast is infinite? What?
Infinite.
No, that's.
isn't a
I didn't ask.
speed.
I didn't ask how fast infinite.
Fuck,
infinity
my
is.
tablet
I
died.
asked how fast can he throw infinite like this, like in 1 second. Like, is he able to like break the complete laws of physics in 1
Yeah,
second and
totally.
just spam infinity?
Yeah, that's what's
Well,
implying.
I mean, clearly it's an exaggeration, isn't it?
No,
He
it's
was
not
able to throw
exaggeration.
infinite
It's not.
fists.
How is it not an exaggeration when in the
Is
8th gate he was
the-
just fucking warping space?
It's not an exaggeration.
Even
now
even in fiction, like, don't you think that'd be a little stinky for him to be able to throw infinite fists and not fucking break anything, or even warp stuff? Like, he wasn't warping shit until he hit the 8th gate when he was fucking charging Madara. Like, you'd think
Yeah.
you would. I mean,
With his
I'm just
last
speaking
attack.
from a logical, and I'm not trying to
No,
hold
I.
him down with this, but it just seems to me.
You're taking
Yeah, it
It's
seems.
literal
It
and
seems
not
as though
having
it's not
fucking-
consistent, right?
What,
that-
like,
that-
well, your
That's
fucking
your
statement, right?
problem.
Yeah, I'm just.
But
This
your
is.
previous statement-
He's
This
trying to
is
say,
why-
Then why is Ichigo consistent?
That's why I'm bringing the my guy thing, because there's things that the authors put in the verse that's not as consistent, that you can't. You gotta hold at face value, and then your calc.
One is a little bit different though, because one's literally infinite, which is pretty fucking retarded. The other one is like a reasonable number.
But one's a reasonable number that you estimated, and then one's from the god of the verse. So which one's a more credible source? You see my point?
The feet.
Both feats. I mean, yeah, it's a statement.
Because and we never seen guy throwing infinite hands. Yeah, that's just an exaggeration. We've seen.
You can't
I mean,
see.
of
You
course we
can't.
didn't
You
actually
can't
see
measure infinity.
Ichigo
What?
throwing-
What?
Yeah, exactly, that's my point. But of course, like Ichigo throwing or swinging.
Well, that's why we can't see it. So that's why
1
we
second, right?
like. So picture this.
Like that makes more sense.
Picture this.
Ichigo's can be scaled, whereas Guy is just infinite. Like if you go by the statement, it would just be infinite. That's it. You don't need anything else.
Picture this. He like 1,000 sharks come at him, and he just like inflicts those infinite amount of punches. Next them.
I doubt it was 1,000.
What's an
dude.
infinite amount of punches in tandem to what time span? Like
Infinity.
Yeah.
That's my.
infinity. So he just
Infinite
sat
is
there,
not
just
speed.
That's my
You can't
stance.
scale that.
Hey, you guys can judge this. I'm done, please.
I mean,
Who
like
gives a shit. The 6th gate guy is fodder.
Well,
Six
no,
gate
here's
guy
the
is
thing,
fodder?
right? Like saying something as vague as infinity, right? If you're an immortal and you are fodder with your speed, like you can breathe for infinite amount of times because you're fucking immortal, yeah. And that's how vague we're getting here. Like,
Yeah.
my guy can throw a punch for an infinite amount of times if he's able to survive until the end of time, I guess.
Totally.
Like, it's
Yeah,
like something
that's
like
where you
infinite
can-
amount of punches that's worthless.
Yeah, that's where it does become an exaggeration, and obviously, like, it's done for shock factor, infinite punches. Like, Guy actually can't throw infinite punches; he would die.
Well, and whereas
No.
Ichigo,
It wouldn't-
it's 100 million blades cut in 3 seconds, 33 million
Guy's
blades.
body can't even keep up with the effects of the.
But by the definition of infinite, that means that it would never stop. That means that he would die of fucking exhaustion and and dehydration and so on.
I think it's the context.
The 6th gate guy isn't even that strong.
The context. I think you guys are also not understanding is that he's saying that
No,
the
it's-
time.
You can disprove one though. We just disproved the Guy one because he would
It's-
die of exhaustion.
No, it's not talking about.
I want to hear my misconception.
It's not talking about the duration of how long he can throw his fist. It's saying like the time it takes for him to throw the fist. So like the infinite, like in an infinite amount
But
of
it wouldn't
time.
be infinite; it'd be finite.
Hey
It's
man,
not a
how
speed,
I
fast?
think you're like are
How-
you really just making your own like objective
No, the
fucking
thing-
reality
the thing
on
is-
what like infinite means?
How fast is
Like,
a
But the thing
finite?
is, if it stops, right, then it's finite. Like if it stops at any point, it's finite.
How
It's
fast?
Not infinite.
How fast is that?
It could be any speed because how vague that is.
It
could
is
be
vague.
literally-
But there is
Dying
a
of
there.
exhaustion argument debunks what you're saying though, Sasuke. You need to realize that it's not actually infinite like it's saying there.
Okay, infinite, limitless, or endless in space, extent, or size, impossible to measure or calculate. What are you trying to do?
You could measure it because let's say he lives for like another 50 years of his life while throwing punches for 50 years straight. Like, You could calculate how many punches have been thrown within that amount of time.
Yeah, but that makes him non-infinite.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it's finite power. It's not infinite. Infinite is immeasurable.
And you can't even calculate infinity as a speed because it doesn't work like that. Like
It can't be infinite.
It's not-
He would have to live for eternity for be able
That
to
was,
be
like,
able to throw punches.
naming
Exactly.
speed is infinite. That's
Unless-
like, oh yeah, so he can go from 1 to 1 billion miles per hour whenever he
Yeah,
feels like.
so the only time where the term infinity works is when you're referring to its potential of speed. Like it can just achieve infinity, right? Jojo's a good example of that. The fucking stand made in heaven. It had infinite speed. And it demonstrated the infinite speed because it essentially reverted the entire universe by going so fast. They just made everything restart again. And I was referring to the potential. It wasn't saying that that's a speed. It's just the speed of the potential of the speed.
yeah,
That's the problem with the term infinity when it comes to speed. Unless it's referring to purely potential. But you also got to realize if it stops at any point, GG, it's not infinite.
It is now finite. You can now
Yeah.
measure what is happening in said scenario. You cannot if Guy's fucking punches were infinite, then he would have held off all of the Jinjuriki by himself against Obito with the Sakujaku, just like he did the Six Tails.
That'd be
He would have
pretty
just
sneaky.
stayed there and been like, alright, here, I'm gonna take care of these tailed beasts. Go fucking attack Obito. I got this. My punches are infinite.
Oh fuck! It'd be like that
Yeah, that
TN
one-
thing with second form cell.
That's a big issue with that. That is an exaggeration for shock value. Like, oh, infinite. That's been used in so many different types of fiction, and it's disproven by the fact that he can't live for eternity, so he can't.
It's
throw
like
infinite
fucking
punches.
Madara stating he's omnipotent. Or fucking Boo. Sorry, Boo. I meant to say Boo. It's like...
Yeah. It's not a good example because if we see a scan in like a fucking different dimension where Guy does punch until for eternity, all right, there you go. But Ichigo does one thing, Guy doesn't.
yep.
Or fucking Yuha being like when he's like, oh yes, the power of omniscience and omnipotence. It's like, all right, settle down, fucking Yuha.
Like, why are you stroking him off that hard? If that's the case, then you're most definitely not winning. Like, are you saying that your omnipotence beat his omnipotence? Like,
Fucking Aizen's omnipotence was slightly more omnipotent than his omnipotence.
yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I
and
guess there's
here's an
I guess
interesting
there's multiple omnipotent-
Stinky posted a good scan here. It says that Byakuya can increase the speed of the rose petals by fucking 3 times.
by using his hands. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
doesn't help, and that's what he gets covered by all of them. Oh
Fucking
dear.
slices him up like a Chad.
Oh, I think that's
Yeah,
that-
using his
are
hand
we
makes
all
it
done here?
more.
Yeah, I mean, I've already pointed out, I've already done the count and everything, so.
Thanks.
it was over with that.
I'm not going to take credit for this as if I like slaps ass or anything like that. Like there you go. You have my word right there. That was thanks to Tippo doing the math, which I could not be bothered doing. There's no way I could have figured that out.
Remember,
way.
Clyde, I made you, so that's why I.
Huh? Whoa. Sorry, I was dozing off. What are you saying
Are
now?
we gonna debate whether or not?
We were just
Piccolo
saying
beat
how
Chad?
it's. I was just saying to you that you lost the debate, but I'm not going to take credit as if I slapped you myself.
Yeah. So what I was saying about the my guy thing, I was just saying like, well, look, if this is inconsistent because it's saying he's
Oh,
in.
please, by Allah's divine will, no.
No,
no.
we've explained that enough. We're done here. It was-
Yeah,
we
because what it would say is he throws his fist, right? He kills he negs 1,000 sharks in an infinite amount of time.
Yeah.
So we know he stops. So
Please.
that's a finite.
I get what
So how fast?
I
So
get-
That's-
bro.
so how fast? So how fast is?
Sasuke, I get what you be trying to do, dog. You keep debating. You want to debate until you have nowhere left to go because you want to make sure what you think is correct till the end until you've been proven wrong and you have a new point. And so now you're like, oh, there's no way I can think like this because I've been disproven in every point.
But I really
Yeah.
don't want
As
to
soon as
continue
a
this,
few
please.
of your points start getting disproven, you gotta start realizing those other points are gonna fall with it.
Oh, he debunked the finite speed. How?
Oh, easy. We did it. So it works like this. Guy actually can't throw an infinite amount of punches for it to be.
He doesn't
infinite.
do that.
Wait, I'm not finished. He would need to live for eternity because that would.
That's not what the chapter is insinuating because he stopped throwing those punches. He's saying
Settle down, Sasuke Souls, because you clearly know nothing about infinity. If that's what you're saying, if it's
Yeah.
finite, it's not infinite. That's all there is to it. It's cut and dry. There is no there's no gray areas to it.
yeah, but he stopped.
It's not infinite.
Yeah, it's not infinite. What is
Yeah,
it then?
So it's not infinite.
So it's finite.
It's finite.
How fast? How fast is that?
You don't need to. If you don't know what infinite is,
God.
there's no point you being here. Like this, these are the reasons why you've gotten into so many bad arguments with people on Seth's server. Like just.
But no,
accept
I'm not gonna continue this because this is such a moot thing. Like me sitting here trying to explain to you to like how many
But-
punches he threw in the amount of time. It doesn't matter because it's not infinite. Like this, the thing you put up said it was infinite, right? And it wasn't. So I mean, that's all there is to it. Like I don't have to go any further into it because I can't prove how many punches he put, and you can't either. So there's no point in me sitting here trying to explain to you how many there
We
was.
can.
'Cause
No, they're just-
You can't prove the exact amount, but you can
no.
prove that he can't be truly infinite because he
And-
can't live forever.
But no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not infinite. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just saying like we can't prove how many he threw.
Give me a
I'm
fucking
not-
goddamn feat that overshadows, or give me.
Whoa,
a
guys,
fucking-
chill out. I'm just saying. I'm just.
anything that overshadows.
I'm just
that.
saying because they're saying it was an infinite amount of time. Like the time it took was almost infinite. They're not.
It needs to be
They're
an
not.
infinite amount of time for it
They're
to
not
be
talking
infinite.
about the
It's finite.
duration. So it is finite, and finite level of speeds can go from like light years, like to like 10 light years, 12 light
But
years.
you
That's
could
what I'm
also
getting
argue
at.
yeah, alright, well, this is what you would. This is what you would also argue. So the feat that was truly shown, let's ignore the infinite statement. The feat that was shown was that he cleared out like 1,000 sharks. So you're gonna say he's.
Yeah, so I'm gonna calc it, right?
Yeah, that's not good though. That
And I'm
makes
gonna
Ryan look
use,
even weaker
and I'm gonna
than he
use,
was.
and I'm.
He looks like
No,
trash.
I'm gonna use the god of the verse. Kishimoto said that he did it an infinite amount of time, but it stopped, so it's finite. And finite speeds can go from like 12 light years away, like it can reach 12 light years. Like that's crazy. That's fast. That's massively faster than what you said. Massively faster than your Ichigo calc. So in reaction times,
And that's still not even that's not relevant to Sakura regardless anyway.
I know
Like what does that mean? That's
because Sakura scales to my guy.
Sasuke does not scale the guy. He would fucking slap her in every
Six-
form. Don't even try it.
No, but I'm saying like no, I'm saying guy 6 gate. He would slap. She would slap. She would slap. Yeah. You want to what? She would slap.
Wait, no, she would slap 6'8" guy.
That's all I'm saying. And I'll admit that I don't agree. He's finite speeds. I'm just saying, but can you debunk it? And that's all I was doing. That's it, man.
But we're not arguing about Guy though. You're arguing a moot point.
No, but I bought.
Arguing about Sakura.
Yeah, but I
You're-
bought-
But you're gonna bring up like, what? You know, you can scale. But if you can't fucking come up with a proper calc, then it's a worthless scale.
No, Tipo.
It's cheap.
I use guy because this is a weaker guy who Sakura's more powerful than in both reaction and combat speed. That's all.
But if you can't, if you can't even fucking scale him, then what's the point?
What do you mean? I scaled him to Sakura.
You can't scale him with a proper like you don't have any fucking solid grounds to stand on when scaling Guy properly. Everything you're putting up is shaky and vague. There's nothing definite
Yeah,
about it.
it doesn't make her look any stronger than you do. The Kaguya argument was way more impressive because Guy got slapped by fucking Madara. Like he got kicked once.
Then that's me saying Madara scales to like infinite
No,
numbers of speeds.
because what you said.
That's what I'm
before
doing.
was She's like 2 times speed of light, like max. Like
Yeah, and I'm just backtracking and saying, whoa, look, I can scale this way also. 'Cause I was lowballing, so that's it. That's all, man. That's how debating works, guys. Come on. I'm not trolling.
So here's the thing, right?
don't do that attitude. That come on, guys. You know we're all friends here.
No,
Like,
But
also-
I'm not saying that. But I think you guys are like getting this wrong misconceptions of me, like I'm trolling or
no, I
being.
just don't like it. It's a really like snaky attitude. Don't be friendly.
What are you talking about?
You do it. Look, you're doing it right now. You're doing it right now. Like what? I said something wrong. What?
Yeah, you're calling me a
Look,
snake.
so-
Why are
so-
you doing that?
Rick,
That's ignorant as fuck.
Hold on, Sasuke.
Everyone chill.
So that's so like dishonest, like so that's so
The
stupid.
problem I have with the infinite, like the biggest thing is, it's the fact that it's too vague in describing whether it's the potential or the actual number.
Yeah.
'Cause you can't prove if it's the potential. If it's the potential, it's fucking worthless. If it's how many he can throw in a thing, it's also worthless because he's dead. Like he could die. Well, he's not dead, but he could die. So either one of them are completely worthless. Like, especially with how vague it was. Like all he said was an infinite amount of punches. Damn. How fast? How long?
Good. We got punches.
Like-
Yeah, you guys.
forward.
Look what James said. You guys can vote.
No.
Yeah, you guys can vote. I don't mind, man. I just want to debate.
I mean, look. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here. No, there's no point in voting because it's pretty clear where everyone stands. But I'm not gonna like.
Yeah, I know where you
I
guys
just wanna make
stand.
this- I just want to make this as clear as possible, you know, as well. That, like, I personally have no fucking issue with you, Sasuke Solos, but I'm just like letting you know that what you're saying isn't, like, in every regard of like any situation, just isn't correct. Whether it's an opinion or not, just not correct, my friend. I'm not trying to be a dick about
Wait,
it.
what wasn't correct? What did I say that was false?
Just the way you're interpreting him saying how like him throwing an infinite amount of punches. It's just not viable.
No,
Especially with him having a limited time
the author said he did it, and I made a claim of it stating
just
that
because
in
the
the amount of
author's-
time.
Like, look, just because.
Death of the author.
Look,
So it was here what Clyde said, that's the author. So I didn't say that was false. You're just saying it's not consistent. That doesn't mean it's not false. There's a big difference. So I don't know why you're calling me.
It is false.
Wasn't the original
Oh my
point
God.
bringing that up to disprove how the Ichigo feat can be
Yes.
So, he can,
So I can scale Sakura.
So he can
Calc stack.
scale Sakura.
Yeah. Calc stacking.
He's trying to scale
I was
Sakura
calc
to
stacking guy.
guy.
Yes. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
That's it.
But like that's the reason. Like I said before, it's just too vague to actually go off of any.
I agree with you. It is
If it was
vague.
a feat,
It is vague.
if it was an actual feat, I'd have been like, all right, fucking GG. I concede, but
See, what was shown with the guy thing is too that he destroyed like 1,000 shark bombs, something like that. How many? Can you guys confirm?
1,000.
Yeah, there you go. So just by that alone, if you were to say that he was throwing like an extra 10,000 punches, 50,000, 100,000, it still doesn't even compare to what Ichigo did within the span of like 2 seconds.
Yeah, he did it in the span of 2
fucking
seconds.
0.25 seconds.
But my argument.
We can somewhat calculate what guy did because it's definitely not infinite, but judging from what he destroyed with said punches compared to what Ichigo
Yeah,
did,
my-
Ichigo's feat is still far more impressive.
No, my entire argument, my calc stack was he did it in a finite number of time, and which we know is massively faster than the calc you got for Ichigo, and that's all.
One thing did one thing and one thing did the other. Like guys was clearly less impressive than Ichigo's was, and the statement.
Well,
by
that's
Kishimoto
subjective.
Was,
And I agree. The statement. No, I agree. The statement by Kishimoto is vague and it's not consistent throughout the verse. I totally agree with that. In the debate.
It's not even close to being consistent or fucking.
Yeah, I agree with that.
it's one of those,
I
it's
agree
one
with
of
that.
those things you see on an anime fucking trading card.
just
game.
want you to debunk
it's
it.
the Infinite man. It's not
That's all.
factual at all.
Hey man, that's all, man.
That's what it is. That's how it's like a Yu-Gi-Oh card ability. Like you're not supposed to take that shit with. face
Gosh,
value. It's
if you
a
guys
card
think
that's fine.
I'm being dumb or stupid, debate
not dumb.
Kappa.
but facetious.
Debate. Who else? Yeah,
No,
debate
no,
Kappa.
no,
Debate.
I'm not interested in debating Kappa.
Debate
That
people.
is
They
too
do
much.
it worse than I do.
Kappa's-
You think I do it bad? Oh my god.
Kappa would shoot his own mom before he.
Like me telling you like yo, I agree with you when debate's over. You wouldn't hear that from Kappa. You just walk away.
Wait, no, I mean, I'm not comparing you to any other debater. Like, don't fucking get me wrong.
Don't
Hey,
hate
hey,
yourself by calling yourself Kappa.
Are
Gosh.
you,
Hey.
are you debating to get to the legitimate answer or just to win this conversation? Like,
Who, me?
Because that's what. Yeah, I'm asking you because like that's what Kappa does. He
I'm
doesn't care about what the
debating-
actual fact is.
I'm debating just a debate. Period.
Yeah, but are you debating for the true answer? Because the true answer is Ichigo absolutely stumps. If you concede to that, we're done here. Kappa argues.
Yeah, you could.
Kappa argues weird. Yeah, because I just think we've been doing this for like a fucking hour and a half.
Like literally, like this is not even a fucking like.
Well, it's over. I mean, this is a debate, man. It's nothing serious.
Well, I mean, either.
I gotta hear it.
Like we actually need a question. Do you want to know the truth or do you want to believe in your own opinion and suck your own dick?
Wait, the truth that.
You put that in such a mean way, Goop.
Wait, let me ask you. You guys think SS Ichigo's light speed? Do you truly believe that?
Wait,
Answer my question with a question.
If you want to know the true, if you want to know the true answer, yes, the true answer I know. We know who wins that. I mean, if you guys don't, if you guys are trying to scale Ichigo,
Wait, who wins?
okay, I'll explain this. So, based on the
Playing it with like a, you're fucking
Hold
going
on,
off on a
Goop,
tangent.
Goop,
that
wait
is
on a second. I'm
completely
curious where he's going with this. Goop, hold on.
So this is based on both verses, right? And how Kishimoto provided source material and gave these characters feats and evidence to back up their what they can do. And Ichigo at that time, compared to Sakura at that time, who she scales to, Sakura has an advantage. And if you find it hard to believe, I don't know what else to check.
Well,
Fuck.
didn't we already go through all? Like, I mean,
Yeah, we were debating
if
that,
you
but
really
got,
want to take it,
that's all, man. That's
well, like here's the thing. But like, if we're gonna go off like now I'm just gonna put this in a black and white picture,
Shortly
right?
after that
If-
fight- sorry to add, but didn't shortly after that fight, 3 captains, no, even more than that, dodged a light beam coming from Hegemon?
how fast was that light beam?
Well, it'd
Fucking
be
light.
It'd be
It's
light.
okay, just because it's light. Just because it's light.
Then
How
the
fast-
Archeon is not. It's not a good example.
This is all light!
I'll debate you on that right now. I'll debate him on that right now.
No, but no.
we still need
here's
to
the thing, like-
we still need to hear the end of this whole thing. Do you concede that Ichigo wins? Just say yes or no.
I don't concede. You guys can just judge. I told you that. I
No,
don't,
there's no judging. Just fucking concede. Like, what do you have to lose, dude?
I'm not conceding. I think. Clyde, respectful. I think my stance is Sakura, but if you oppose, you guys judge it. That's how you debate. What's the problem? What are you getting at?
No.
Like,
I'm not hearing this from the man who like loves to hear that word concession. Like that's bullshit. Just
No,
admit
that's
you
not
lost.
me. That's not me, bro.
Don't talk shit, dude. Come on, just admit you lost. That's all you gotta do. Just admit it, and we'll get over it. I'll shit on
I
you.
don't think I lost. If that's what you're asking. Okay.
Honestly, this is how I'm looking at it, bro. All right, I know you. I know people from Seth's server, and I know the way the fuck you're acting.
You don't know me.
Come in and you're wanting to fucking nigga. I've fucking heard of you the past 4 fucking months, and you've been doing the same shit.
I don't do
Come
this.
in, you start fucking debates, and like you lose, and you keep fighting for no fucking reason.
I'm not fighting. The debate's over.
Yeah, you always.
I heard your points.
So, the thing-
And I don't even interrupt you guys. I don't interrupt anybody. What is this? You guys are being dishonest.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that. It's so fucking gay. Like just.
Can I just
Sorry,
intersect here and just say
you got,
the main debate here was Yami versus Sakura. So if we have such a hard time with Ichigo versus Sakura,
Oh, yeah, tell me about it.
then the whole Yami versus Sakura is
Right.
completely debunked.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's another disagreement we
Well,
have.
here's the thing. Like, here's the thing. If we go from the Byakuya version of Ichigo, right? Your mic's echoing, by the way, Sasuke. So listen.
No, someone's talking else. I'll mute it. I'll mute.
So the thing is, if we go off of Byakuya Ichigo, right? Like Yami at his full big nigga power would technically be way stronger than the Ichigo that fought Byakuya on that hill.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah?
Kubo,
And if
Kubo
that's-
also said he is. Kubo, just to add to this, Kubo said in one of the data books that that is the strongest Sparta.
Yeah, and if that's the case, right? And if Sakura has, if you were needing such vague and shaky like points in order to present Sakura as stronger than Ichigo, then she sure as shit would not even remotely stand a chance against anyone from the Rancor saga. And I'm not trying to be stinky right
No,
now.
I
It's just
understand.
the way it is.
Yeah, I understand, Tipo. Yeah, and to what you were saying, yeah, I had a problem. I had to use such extreme measures because I feel that you guys were kind of, pulling some little fast one on Ichigo, but I didn't care. I just did what I could do.
Just using some maths and calcs,
Yeah, I just adapted. I just adapted to it. Tried to scale soccer my own way. That's all, man. That's how debating works.
You tried to
It's fine that it didn't work. I just want to hear that you lost. That's all. Like, if you can
You-
say that, we can move on to the next conversation.
Well, we
That's all I
can.
wanna hear. Do you agree that Sakura gets beaten? That's all
I
I'm gonna
don't-
say, yes or no.
I don't agree. But if you guys feel I lost, then I respectfully, I can't say anything about
Oh
that.
man, that's a denial.
That's not denial. That's debating. That's debating, bro. What's?
That's not debating is where you
Uh,
two people.
hold on, Saibayashi, what's up, bro?
No,
Sa-
let's not dodge this.
No, I'm not dodging. Clyde, stop. Clyde, I'm not dodging. I'm not dodging. I'm not dodging. Saibayashi, let me ask you a question. Answer it really fast. How fast is SS Ichigo? Saibayashi, answer that right now. Answer it now.
Relevant.
Answer.
Relevant. I'm muting him. He's got
Oh,
nothing to do with this
Clyde, you're so
conversation.
lame.
He has nothing to do with this conversation.
All right, that's it.
I'm sorry, man. He's got nothing to do with this conversation. Like, don't pull out people to back you up.
No, I'm not backing. I'm not asking anybody to back me up.
gonna say anything anyway.
Like, yeah, just don't. We've been waiting for like a fucking hour and a half, and he won't admit that he lost.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I told you guys can judge it. Oh, the debate's over. Judge it. Judge it.
We've got six, seven people that have been involved in this conversation.
Judge it.
One.
Yeah.
Because people are actually like
Oh no,
listening to the.
don't say that, because then he'll be like, oh, I got 6v1. Like,
No.
I would never say that.
Usually-
No, I'm sure you'd never say that. You're just such a genuine fellow.
Usually when you.
And before my name was 1VX.
This got compared to one of Seth's SS members and shit, even comparing himself.
I never did that. What are you doing? Like, why are you?
If you got that many people telling
Oh my
you
God.
to back up their argument,
You're a fascinating guy.
Oh man, you guys are being
Like,
edgy.
dude, I just want to let you know I'm not against you. No, impossible. I just want to let you know I'm not against you, but I don't like the way that like you keep trying
No.
to reiterate what you're saying when you've
You-
already been debunked.
you
Like,
keep
there's nothing else you could do to disprove it, but you reiterate yourself.
All right. I feel
It goes nowhere.
that's how debating works.
Last argument.
And I feel Gook. I feel you keep trying to say like you have a problem with set server. I am no way. I'm not involved in that. So don't do that.
It's you. He's usually in there pretty like a lot.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with me. So I don't know why you keep people you don't like in that server. Stop.
He's talking about what you've just done for like the past hour. He literally just said what his problem is.
The
Okay,
thing is,
man.
Sasuke, so it's like, I mean, of course you're not associated with anyone from that server. However, like a lot of the way that people debate and the tactic they use, like you're cut from the same cloth in that regard.
Well, I apologize
Yeah.
if that comes out that way.
Well, I
But
mean, it's not. I mean, I'm not presenting it as an issue. I mean,
That's how
to me,
debate-
It's kind of cringy, but it's like whatever.
but I've seen people that do worse than that in debates. They just like, oh my god, they duck.
Oh, yeah,
and
no,
I don't do that crap, man.
There are some pretty retarded people out there. Not gonna lie.
Like Sabayashi, when I debated you the first time, Sasuke versus Ichigo, was I being dishonest or gay or something? As to what they or what?
Well,
Oh.
I mean, you were being slightly autistic. It was a pretty dumb debate, but I mean,
F.
you could have done better. But it wasn't bad. You weren't like half the other people that just be autistic.
No, I can get along with him. I just don't like how you won't admit that you lost. Like you clearly lost.
I don't know.
I remember Sasuke, when I first debated you, it was the Six Paths of Pain versus Bankai Yamamoto, right? We had to have fucking Seth come in here for like the 6th fucking time to tell you were wrong after I showed you everything. It was fucking bad.
Are we gonna see like chats in the chat logs of different servers of you saying, "Oh, I really slapped those guys on that subject"? Or
I don't. I've never done that.
It's a genuine question. Are we gonna see that in the future? Or are you going to admit that?
I've never. I don't do that ever. In fact,
I've seen it before.
in fact,
Kyro sent me a screenshot of one the other day, and I said it's not relevant because you and I got past the drama. He sent me one.
wait, no, that's not relevant to what this. I use a good example.
It's-
Sabayashi,
I'll ask you the question. Like, is that something we're gonna see in the future?
and I'm telling you, I'm not.
Wait, I'm not finished. I'm not sure if the dates are backwards, but it's
Look,
definitely this year.
look,
By the
I
way,
can
just
prove
really
it.
Glad that we were on this very topic, lol.
I can
Sakura's totally gonna rock Yami. Shut the fuck up.
listen. I'll prove it right now.
So,
Sabayashi.
wait, hold on, lads, hold on.
When I debated Sabayashi and he can see the Sasuke versus Ichigo, no one knew about the debate. I didn't tell.
Who cares? Who cares? It's not relevant to this. We
That's
don't
all
give
I'm
a
saying.
fuck about that.
Sabayashi, don't remember.
Oh, yeah, no, so one little qualm I have, Sasuke, so yeah, if you can just kind of like, keep me out of it if you ever have any future beef with Clyde, yeah? I have nothing to do with that, so please don't throw me out there, because last time you're just trying to like, use me as a thing to get at Clyde. It's like, yeah, if you could not do that ever again, I'd really appreciate that.
I just thought it was funny.
I mean, you may think it's funny, yeah, and like I agree, like anything's up for humor, but I'm just asking out of like pure respect if you can just like leave me out of it, because I'd rather not have my name get thrown around in a muddy situation, especially something I have nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Because I'm associated
And
with
how
it.
that?
That's the audio of my video. That's it.
Yo, James, can I ban him?
What? I edited the audio of your video.
No. What
Oh.
I was saying was, Tippo's role, all he does is edit the audio in my videos. That's literally all he does.
Oh,
He does edit my videos, so he writes my scripts.
Yo, Mega Wall.
yeah, Tipple maybe.
I mean, that's my only genuine qualm. I just don't want you to kind of do that. Even if you do find a human, it's just like, look, I'm just some random nigga. Just please settle down.
Fellas, we got two. All right, we got two options here. Sasuke, you either admit it or we just get a vote in chat because that's usually how it works. A lot easier. That works pretty easy
You
last
guys
time.
can just vote. I already told you just vote. Like I
Honestly,
don't.
that should be a staple of your guys' server.
Like you guys are the judges. I'm accepting the judges. You understand that? I don't care who's judging.
All right.
But some
What
of
is
these
that?
guys don't even have a dog in the fight. They're merely chiming in. Like
I don't.
I'll be
That
quiet.
doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I just judge it. That's all.
All right, Papa Jeff, can you settle down?
That's all, man.
All right, boys, go ahead and hit hit Ben's mom with who you thought won. The big nigga Tippo